In 1990, I started managing money, and I was a bit surprised to find myself the only woman in a team of 16. Fast forward 30 years, and I was contacted by a young woman looking for career advice. She told me that she had just started managing money, but she was feeling a bit discouraged about her career prospects. So we met for a cup of coffee. Her opening line to me was, "The problem is, I'm the only woman in a team of 15. 3 decades and seemingly no progress at all." Now, for the first 2 of those decades, I'd argue that probably most people weren't that fussed about this issue. But in recent years, we've seen countless initiatives. And I think now there's broad agreement across the industry that we really need to do something to create better gender-balanced investment teams. And that's in large part because we need to do that to create an environment where we can attract the best and brightest talent of any sort. Young men these days, of course, expect to be surrounded by brilliant female colleagues. They expect equality. But I'm afraid the numbers make for grim reading. In 2016, Citywire published its first Alpha Female report, and this analyzes the data around female fund managers globally and country by country. And that year, they announced that 10.3% of global fund managers were women. Last year, the most recent report showed that that number had climbed very slowly to 12% and actually had plateaued. And actually, that is the same number that we have in the UK, 12%. Citywire argue that it will take almost 200 years to achieve anything approaching parity between male and female fund managers. Now, anyone who knows me knows that A, I love a challenge, B, I care greatly about this issue, and see that I am a big believer in our ability to change the shape of a graph, to change the pace of progress. We don't just have to extrapolate the depressing past. So it's time for a new approach, and the Diversity Project is delighted to be announcing the launch of a world first, a program specifically designed to develop female fund managers. Now, this program is designed to complement the CFA charter program, and of course, on the job in the job training. It's not a substitute for either of those. This is not a one-off exercise, a shot in the dark, vague words of encouragement. It's a concerted, intense program that's being created for the industry by the industry. We've had a fantastic team working, iterating the curriculum. They are mainly past and present fund managers. They know what it takes to succeed in the industry. We're very grateful at the Diversity Project for this wonderful team. And the program comprises 24 sessions spread across a year. Some are in person, some are virtual, and they're grouped around 5 themes. And those themes are technical skills, behavioral skills, what it takes to be a great investor, what we're calling career activism, that might be described as taking control of your own career, and very importantly, from where I'm sitting, paying it forward. We're trying to create a new community of women who will both support each other in their careers and turn to help the next generation coming up behind them. Each woman will have a sponsor at her firm. That's a very important part of the program. This is not a question of sending women on a course and washing our hands of it. And that is obviously broadening the involvement of people at firms, including those who perhaps may not have been exposed to the issues that women might experience early on in their careers. So it's been very exciting already before we've even launched, actually. There's been tremendous appetite for the program. 32 member firms of the Diversity Project have signed up for the first year. And between them, they put forward 60 participants. A very diverse group. Nearly a quarter don't actually work in an investment role at present. They don't work in an investment team. So of course, immediately that increases the pool of potential female fund managers. And there have been, frankly, some surprising developments. Women themselves have been very enthusiastic about the program. One firm told me that they didn't think they would be able to fill the 2 places, but when they advertised internally for the program, and it's called the Pathway Program, they had 10 times the number of applicants as places. And of course, that's made this firm and others in a similar position think about, well, what shall we do with the other women? How will we help them progress their careers? How do we make sure that women can signal their ambition to be a fund manager? Now, the Pathway Program kicks off in January, will go until December. And of course, I am tremendously excited about what it can achieve. As I say, we're already seeing some impacts that none of us had foreseen before. But where next for it? People are already asking, well, can we have a pathway program for female traders? Can we have a pathway program for ethnic minority or people from different social mobility backgrounds, social backgrounds? Can we go global? Can we massively scale up? Well, all of that is possible. We're concentrating on making the very first year a great success. And then, of course, we'll seek to leverage it, expand the program. Obviously, we hope that it will become annual. So finally, well, what is the impact going to be? This is where the ambitions get very exciting. If we just do the maths, there are approximately 1,600 fund managers in the UK, less than 200 of which are women. So even if we don't expand the program, and not everyone is going to succeed, that's almost inevitable, even if it's our hope that they will, then 3 or 4 programs in, the UK could have doubled the proportion of its female fund managers and blazed a global trail.